Okay, one of the most important things on keeping track of your budget is tracking your spending and also your income. And you can do all this using a check register. This is an old school way to do it, but if you're tactile and you like writing things, this is a very good way to keep track of your money. There are apps on your phone now that you can use to do something similar to this, or there's lots of different ways you can do that, and I can show you the apps at a later date. But for now, we're going to go over how to do a handwritten, and you get a check register. A check register is just a little tiny booklet that they give you when you order checks, and in the booklet it has pages of what you see here, where it has the number or code, the date, transaction description, payment amount, deposit amount, and the balance. And it's very easy to fill out. The number code, the very first column, this is when you write a check. You're going to write the check number here. So if I wrote a check and in the top right hand corner it says check number 625. Then over here in the number code, I'm going to, let me get this to recognize me. I'm typing this in because my handwriting is very big and it's hard to fit in here. So 625 goes over here in the number code. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so you would write that there for check number. If you are doing an ATM withdrawal or a charge using your debit card, you would use different codes. So if I purchase something from my debit card, I'm gonna need to put DC. A lot of times I'll put debit card or debit. That way, it's whatever works for you. It doesn't have to be what's here. If I'm at an ATM and I'm taking out cash, I'll use ATM for any kind of cash withdrawal. If I'm transferring money from my checkings to my savings, I put a T. And if I'm depositing something, I put a D. You can kind of come up with your own code here. You don't have to do the standard. It's whatever works for you and helps you keep track. All right, the next thing you do is you always put the date. Let's just say that's today's date. And so I'm going to put 3/17/2020. Now, normally you would put 20. You can put 2020 here because this is your personal check register. You're not going to have people messing with this, and you shouldn't have to worry about anybody moving or putting illegal dates here. All right, I'm trying to move this down. There we go. Okay, so you have the date. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is your transaction description. So this is going to be a description of what you're spending your money on right here. So for this one, let's say I'm making, well, we did a check for the mortgage payment. So let's register this check right now. So I'm going to say mortgage payment. Well, I'll actually put the payee here usually. So we paid Frost mortgage. And then if if it's a company you don't right away know, like this one's very simple, Frost Mortgage, obviously it's the mortgage payment. But if it's a company you don't right away know what it is, then you could put also what it's for. I'm just going to say rent, even though it's a mortgage payment. Okay? So then your next section to fill out is the rent payment. You see that it's broken up into two squares. The first square is the dollars and the second square is the cents. It breaks up that line in between. It stands for the decimal. So now this is a payment amount, not a deposit. I'm paying somebody else. What did I say it was? $1,234. And then it would break it up. And what did I say? 17 cents? Yeah, 17 cents was the check I wrote. So you can see here, I'm going to bold it so it's a little bit easier to see, that the dollars is on the left-hand side of that line and the cents is on the right-hand side of that line. And you obviously write it a little bigger. Okay, and then over on the, you won't put anything in the deposit because you didn't make any money off this transaction. And then on the balance, you're going to put the total money you have in your bank account. Well, let's just say I had, what do you want to say? I had $2,000 before this. So you would have your original balance up there. So you're going to take $2,000 and subtract the 1234 from it. So minus 1234.17. So that means I have $765 and then 83 cents. Okay? And I'm going to move this so that the decimal is right there on the line because that line separates the balance. Not the balance, it separates the dollars from the cents on your balance line. Okay, so let's do another transaction. So let's say your paycheck, let's see, my income. How much do you want to make? Let's say I make $1,500. We'll say I make $1,500 every 2 weeks. That's a nice paycheck. Because if you're not making this much, your mortgage is too expensive, just so you know. Anyways, $1,500 every 2 weeks. So for my next one, and my company direct deposits my check. So over here, I'm going to put DEP for deposit. And then for the date, let's say I get paid tomorrow, so we'll pretend this is already tomorrow. So 3/18/2020. And then for the transaction or description, you would put paycheck. If you want to put the company that's paying you, you could put that. That's totally up to you. Again, this is for your records, and so you can keep track of your money. So this is income I received. So this is a deposit amount because I made the money. I'm not spending the money. And I got paid $1,500, so 1500.00. I'm going to make this bolder so you can see it better. And then I'm going to move it so that way it is where the, come on, it's not cooperating. The decimal would be where that line is. So 1500 on the left, 00 on the right. If you don't put 00 in the cents, you need to, even if it's 0, because this shows that there was nothing additional. Somebody could go in here and write 37 cents, and that would throw off your whole balance. So put the 00 in there. It is important. Okay, so this is a deposit amount. So now I'm going to add that to the previous amount. So the previous amount was $765.83, and I'm going to add $1,500 to that. So my new amount goes over here in the balance, and the new amount is $2,265. Well, not a colon. $2,265.83. And so this is how you do payments and deposits, and you keep track. And so then you'll always know every single time you do a transaction. So if I were to do an ATM withdrawal, I would do another line here, ATM, put the date, put ATM cash, and I would do a payment amount because I'm taking money out, and then I'd find the new balance. This is how you always keep track of how much money you have in your bank account. Okay? You're going to be doing you're going to be doing a sheet of examples, so make sure that, let's see if I have a picture of it real quick. Okay, so this is this is the bottom portion of that worksheet you need to do. So you're going to fill out all of these, follow the instructions. Oh, they had 3 sample. These are the 3 sample ones I could have put in for the example that I did. So I didn't do that. I picked my own. So you don't have to do those. But you're going to do numbers 2 and 3, including A, B, C, and D. You're going to fill those out in this transaction, in this check register. And make sure you pay attention. In the balance, 478, so you're going to put that here first. The very first thing. And what you would write over here is beginning balance. Beginning balance. No, that's really big. And then you put that 478. And then from there, you just put in each transaction. Okay, that's your homework assignment. Please holler if you have any questions.